In a dismal future, a blazing neon light from the past cuts a pathway toward tomorrow. Bounding into Comics and Brett R. Smith present Escape from the Future.
Welcome to Escape from the Future, brought to you by Bounding into Comics. I'm your host and comic veteran, Brett R. Smith, and today we're going to be unboxing the Conan Chronicles from Arrow Video. Now, this is a limited edition box set, which features two iconic movies from the 1980s, or what I like to call my 80s essentials, both Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer on Blu-ray, with lots of extra cool stuff included. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original Conan the Barbarian from legendary filmmaker John Milius. It's easily one of my favorite movies of all time. In fact, I've got the original one-sheet movie poster framed and hanging in my office behind me, featuring the beautiful artwork by artist Renato Casaro. I was looking to pick this up on Blu-ray recently and discovered that Arrow Video had done a 4K restoration from the original negative of both Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, and were packaging it as a box set with all kinds of cool extras for the price of $55, which was, for me, too good of a deal to pass up. Ordering from Arrow was easy and shipping was fast and came with tracking info. I also discovered recently you can pick this same box set up from Amazon for a little cheaper price of $39.99, which I'll link to in the comments section in case you want to pick it up for yourself. So without further ado, let's crack this box open and check out the Conan Chronicles from Arrow Video. My grandfather always taught me, always cut away from yourself. All right, let's check this out. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna grab an X-Acto so we don't do any damage here. So we got our J-slip cover, which I'm going to peel off. I don't typically keep these J-slips. Does anybody else? I don't. So this is a really nice chunky box. Looks like a thick cardstock. It's got a matte finish, which I really like, which hides fingerprints, greasy fingerprints. Also got a little bit of an embossed logo for both the Conan Chronicles and Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. The image is also a little bit raised, kind of embossed. It's a little bit shinier than the background. So very cool, very nice and chunky. Feels like get a lot of bang for your buck here. So we got 3 different discs. I'll go through these. That there. So we got Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and we've got this book. This gorgeous book with all kinds of cool stuff from both films. So something else which really piqued my interest when I checked this out and was contemplating buying it were these movie posters, which Arrow has included. Let's check out this first one. This is for Conan the Barbarian. This is a fold-out, and it is the classic Renato Casaro painting, Thief, Warrior, Gladiator, King. I love this poster. I mean, it's just absolutely iconic. It's got all the credits down at the bottom. So again, this is a matte finish, not glossy, so it's going to hide fingerprints, which is very helpful. And then even on the back, they've got an image of Arnold from the film in all of his glory. Very cool. So we'll go ahead and fold this up. This is nice, though. Really nice. Really nice extra stuff that movie geeks like me and others absolutely love. Okay. This is the poster for Conan the Destroyer. Again, the same poster art, the same one-sheet poster art. This does not appear to be illustrated. I might be wrong, but they did not have Renato Casero back to do the movie poster artwork for Conan the Destroyer. But regardless, it's very cool. Let's check out the back, which is the same image that's on the cover of the box set. I love the fact that they give us images on both sides. Again, a lot of bang for your buck, a lot of added value to the box set. Very cool. We'll fold this up, place it over here. So this book, we got this book which has Conan the Barbarian cast and crew, Conan the Destroyer cast and crew, Days of High Adventure, 9 Days in Samaria, on location with Conan, by Paul and Salmon. Paul is a fantastic cinema historian. He's a published author. He's got a great book on the making of Blade Runner called Future Noir, which I encourage everyone to check out if you're a Blade Runner fan. King Conan, about the restorations. So basically, we've got a book packed with info on both films. This is great. I can't wait to check all this out. So it covers both films, lots of stuff, just jam-packed with all kinds of behind-the-scenes info. Conan the Destroyer and the Barbarian. More of a fan of Barbarian the Destroyer only because the second film didn't have John Milius, and I think it really suffered. It's still a good film. It's still a great sword and sorcery flick and a lot of fun. This is awesome. Again, really nice matte finish on all this stuff. Nice cardstock on the outside for the book, so you really feel like you're getting some nice bang for your buck. Very cool. All right, so let's crack open Conan the Barbarian, the Blu-ray, 4K restoration. So we got disc 1, which is the feature, and we've got disc 2, which has the extras. And then we've got some lobby cards in here, or what they used to call lobby cards. Very cool. So we've got the one sheet. Looks like the one sheet is printed on the back of all the lobby cards. And they describe these as postcards in the description, but to me they're lobby cards. They're cards with images from the movie. They used to hand out in the lobby of the movie theater when you would go and see the movie. And it was just to, spread information, a little guerrilla marketing on behalf of the studios, give you something cool to come home with. These are really cool, though. Stills from the movie. Very cool. Awesome. We'll put this back in, and then we'll check out the lobby cards for Conan the Destroyer. Okay, let's crack this open. So we've got one disc. Instead of two, we've just got one disc on Conan the Destroyer. So we've got, obviously, the theatrical version, the 4K restoration, along with probably some extras. But we'll go through what's included in all the discs here once we're done checking this stuff out. So more lobby cards. On the back of all of these is the one-sheet movie poster artwork. And then we've got stills from the movie. Very cool. Wilt Chamberlain. Unbelievable. Who knew that Wilt could act? Grace Jones, another 80s icon. Okay, very cool. Awesome. So we'll stick these back in here. Then let's go through exactly what you get with all of this stuff. So, limited edition Blu-ray contents. Brand new 4K restorations of both films from the original negatives by Arrow Films. High definition Blu-ray, 1080p presentations of both films. 3 versions of Conan the Barbarian. via seamless branching, theatrical cut, the international cut, and the extended cut. I've never seen the extended cut, so I'm really excited to check that out. Newly restored original mono audio and remixed Dolby Atmos surround audio for both films. Now, I've heard a lot of great things about this newly restored original mono audio remixed with the Dolby Atmos. I hear it's just absolutely fantastic, and it really enhances the sound in amazing ways for home viewing. Let's see, we got optional English subtitles. Archive commentary for Conan the Barbarian by John Milius and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Wow. I cannot wait to watch that. I love audio commentary, especially when it's the director and one of the stars. I always encourage people to check out any kind of audio commentary with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. It is so much fun. But I absolutely love audio commentary, so I can't wait to watch this and listen to John Milius and Arnold Schwarzenegger talk about making this film. Archive commentaries for Conan the Destroyer by Richard Fleischer and actors Olivia Diabo, Tracy Walter, and Sarah Douglas. Sarah Douglas also known for her role as Ursa in Superman 2. Brand new commentaries for both films by genre historian Paul M. Salmon. Fantastic. Love Paul. Absolutely love that guy. Newly assembled isolated score tracks in lossless stereo for both films. Newly filmed interviews for Conan the Barbarian with production artist William Stout, costume designer John Bloomfield, special effects crew members Colin Arthur and Ron Horn, actors Jorge Sanz and Jack Taylor, assistant editor Peck Pryor, visual effects animators Peter Curran and Catherine Keene, filmmaker Robert Eggers. Filmmaker Robert Eggers, The Northman. I love that movie. A lot of callbacks to Conan the Barbarian in The Northman. I encourage everyone to check out The Northman. Fantastic movie, which came out a couple of years ago. Also, authors Joe Walsh and Alfio Leota. Newly filmed interviews for Conan the Destroyer with Bloomfield and Walsh, casting director Johanna Ray, and stunt coordinator Vic Armstrong. Conan Unchained, The Making of Conan, an archive documentary from 2000 featuring interviews from Schwarzenegger, Milius, Oliver Stone, Jones, Lopez Bergman, Paul Adaris, and several others. Also got archive bonus features for both films, including interviews with Swordmaster Kiyoshi Yamasaki, writers Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway, and Basil Polidorus, outtakes, and more. There's also a tribute to Basil Polidorus, a series of videos produced by the Udine Film Music Festival, including video of Polidorus conducting a concert of music from Conan the Barbarian in 2006. That was shortly before he died. Basil died of cancer, and he's got to be one of my favorites from the standpoint of music, scoring films. I mean, he's up there for me with Johnny Williams. Basil has scored some of my favorite films, including Conan the Barbarian, RoboCop, and others. Just an absolute master. And I have seen the concert footage that they have included in here, and it's fantastic. Basil's wearing a scarf over his head because I believe he was going through cancer treatment. But it's a beautiful, beautiful concert, and I'm looking forward to checking that out. The concert is remixed in 5.1 surround. There's also theatrical trailers and image galleries for both films, double-sided fold-out posters, which we checked out for both films, 12 double-sided collector's postcards, or lobby cards as I call them, illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing by Walter Chaw and John Walsh, and archive set reports for both films by Paul M. Salmon. So lots and lots of great stuff in this Conan box set, the Conan Chronicles. I'm just blown away. There's so much stuff. There's so much awesome stuff and value packed into this box set. I am really impressed. And as you can see, it looks fantastic. All of this stuff looks great. From the box set production, great box set, which will go on your shelf, display really nicely, to the original artwork and this great book with all kinds of behind-the-scenes info that movie geeks like me absolutely live for, along with the two posters. You know, these are great. You know, if you can't afford a one-sheet, And one-sheets are expensive. You know, I bought my Conan one-sheet on eBay. It was not cheap. Getting it framed was even more expensive. But, you know, if you can't afford that, you can get a killer recreation of the one-sheet by Renato Casero. It wouldn't be too expensive to have this framed. So, this is beautiful. I'm not a huge fan of the Destroyer artwork, only because it's obviously a photo mashup. Maybe this is illustrated. I'm having a hard time telling, but to me it looks like a bunch of photographs that were all kind of put together. Anyway, this is great stuff. Really impressed and can't wait to check all this stuff out. Okay, so I was a little familiar with Arrow Video before I bought this Conan box set. I had purchased their release of Tremors on Blu-ray, and I was really impressed with the overall quality of the picture, the sound, as well as all of the extras they include, both new and old, like audio commentary from the director and behind-the-scenes features. I love all that kind of stuff, and it's one of the reasons why I purchase physical media. Now, you might be asking yourself, outside of the cool extras that Arrow includes in this box set, why should I own either of these movies in physical form when I can just purchase the digital versions, which are stored on the cloud? In fact, why own any physical media in this digital streaming age? Well, Christopher Nolan made a very salient point recently when he said, if you buy a 4K, you buy a Blu-ray, it's on your shelf, it's yours. No company is going to break into your house and take it from you and repossess it. It's yours and you own it. That's never really the case with any form of digital distribution. Guillermo del Toro backed Nolan up with this tweet where he stated, physical media is almost a Fahrenheit 451, where people memorized entire books and thus became the book they loved, level of responsibility. He said, if you own a great 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, or a film or films you love, you are the custodian of those films for generations to come. Both men are 100% right on this. Relying on streaming only gives large corporations more control over what you watch. And in many cases, like with The French Connection, what version you're able to watch. Do you want to watch the censored version of The French Connection? Or do you want to watch director Billy Friedkin's original cut of The French Connection? For me, I trust the artist's vision over what some multinational corporation thinks I should see. There's also an issue of overall quality when it comes to streaming, which is largely based on your own internet connection. Not only does a weak or bad internet connection diminish the picture quality of what you watch, but it can also directly diminish the sound quality. When you own physical media, you don't have that problem, and you never will. In fact, when you own digital copies of your favorite movies and TV shows, you don't really own them. You can't lend them to a friend or gift them or even resell them. And at some point, you could be prevented for whatever reason from watching them. At the end of the day, if you're not able to hold the product in your hand, it's just not yours. So the moral to the story is own your own physical media. Be the custodian of your favorite films and TV shows for generations to come. Because the flip side of that coin is, as they say, you will own nothing and like it. Getting back to the Conan Chronicles, I think Arrow Video absolutely knocked this out of the park. I'm very happy with this purchase, and I encourage you all to pick it up if you're a fan of the original Conan films from the 80s like I am. Again, they are what I refer to as my 80s essentials, being two iconic films which you should own from the 1980s. I will link to the Conan Chronicles in the comments section below if you want to pick this up for yourself from Arrow Video or from Amazon. I think it's 100% worth your money given all of the work and extras they have put into this. Lots of love, lots of value here given the price. And because of this, I'll be checking out more releases from Arrow Video given the wonderful job they've done here. For more videos like this one, make sure and subscribe to the Bounding Into Comics channel on YouTube and Rumble. Also, make sure and like this video and leave me a comment if you are fans of the original Conan films from the 80s, or if you've already ordered the Conan Chronicles from Arrow Video. I'd love to know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.